Kelly Ocean is a beautiful, elegant, smart and hardworking young woman. She's a student at the Aberystwyth University. Kelly is cultured, believes in God, and is very selective about the men she allows into her life. And one weakness, however, is her love for money. She's 23 years old and has a close roommate, Sonia, with whom she shares everything. Whenever men approach Kelly, she often turns them off, asking, "Do I look like someone you could afford?" One special day, a young man who had been asking Kelly out came to her school with a banquet of flowers to see her after classes. Kelly walked past him without even giving him a second glance. Sonia quickly collected the flowers to spare the young man from further embarrassment. On another day, Kelly humiliated a guy named James by pouring water on him from the bottle she was holding, telling him never to come near her again because he was too poor and wretched. Sonia and everyone else in the school compound were shocked. When James was out of sight, Sonia asked Kelly why she had been so harsh. Kelly told her that James was not the kind of man she wanted. The man she desires must be wealthy, own many cars, be ready to buy her designer clothes, and pay for all her trips. One day, while scrolling through Instagram, Kelly noticed many follow requests. Among them, one guy caught her eyes, Harry Jacobs. He was handsome, well-dressed, and appeared wealthy. As she browsed his posts, a message popped up in her DMs. It was from Harry. His message read, "Hello, beautiful lady. I think the sun rises and sets because of you. You illuminate the world." Kelly smiled and replied, "Oh, I see you noticed." He responded, "Anyone who doesn't notice your beauty must be blind." From that day on, they became inseparable. Though they lived in different places, they were happy talking every day. After 3 days of chatting, Harry asked for her account details and sent her £1,000 for groceries. Kelly screamed with excitement, and Sonia ran to the room to find out what was happening. Kelly told Sonia that her new friend just sent her money. When Kelly told her the amount, Sonia screamed too, and they both started shouting and dancing with joy. Kelly called Harry to thank him, but confessed she wasn't happy. She wanted to meet him in person and was tired of talking on the phone. Harry told her he had been away on a trip, but now was back and ready to meet her. Kelly was thrilled, and her sad countenance turned into happiness, and she started smiling. Before the call ended, Kelly asked Harry for his address. He told her not to worry, that he wanted to surprise her. They arranged the meeting and bought the tickets. Before our trip, Kelly and Sonia went shopping for new clothes, shoes and bags for the journey. While at it, Kelly withdrew some money just in case she needed anything else. On the day of her departure, Kelly hugged Sonia tightly and left the university hostel to see Harry, unaware that it might be the last time she would see her friend. Upon landing, she was shocked to find a man holding a cardboard sign with her name, but it wasn't Harry. The man said Harry had sent him to pick her up. When she asked why Harry wasn't there, the man didn't answer. Though skeptical and scared, Kelly trusted Harry and got into the car. Immediately the car left the airport, Kelly called Harry on FaceTime. While on the phone with Harry, excited about her upcoming meeting, she didn't notice the car turning into a street named after Harry. Beyond that, there were no houses, only bushes. Minutes later, Kelly realized there were no homes around. Confused and scared, she tried to focus on her excitement about seeing Harry. When they arrived at the gate of a huge house, it opened immediately and the driver drove inside. Inside the compound, Kelly saw many cars, cleaners sweeping the grounds, and men pruning trees. She was awestruck by the size and beauty of the estate. A maid led her to her room. Kelly asked where Harry was and was told he traveled and would return the next day. Kelly felt lonely and sad. Lying on the queen-sized bed alone, she tried to call Sonia to let her know she had arrived, but there was no signal. Now bored with nothing to do, Kelly decided to explore the compound. In the garden, where chairs were beautifully arranged, she saw an elderly man pruning flowers and greeted him before taking a seat. The man asked where she was from, and she told him she was the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ocean from a small town in Wales. The man smiled and said he was from the same town and knew her parents. They had attended same college. However, he said there was something important he had to tell her, but she must first of all promise not to react to what he was going to say. At this point, the man had taken a seat close to Kelly. Though his eyes darkened slightly, Kelly promised not to react or show fear. He revealed a horrifying secret that no woman had come to the house and ever left alive. He explained that he had never spoken to any of the other women because they had been proud and bossy, assuming Harry would marry them. But because Kelly had been kind and polite, he wanted to help her escape. He instructed her to return to her room and on the way, look for a door on her right, guided by a watchman. The guard leaves every 30 minutes for a 3-minute break. During that window, she must open the door, jump a fence, and escape. Whatever happens after that depends on her. He told her not to leave immediately to avoid suspicions. After a few minutes, Kelly went back inside, heart pounding, tears welling inside of her, but she held them back, remembering the instruction given to her not to show any signs. She went to the room to take her remaining money and pretended to watch TV in the sitting room while waiting for the guard to leave. As soon as the guard left, Kelly ran to the door and found a very tall fence. She didn't know where the strength came from, but she climbed over the high fence and found herself in a horrifying scene that felt like a graveyard. Surrounded by dead women, many mutilated in gruesome ways, the smell was unbearable. Some of them had no heads, some of them no eyes, some of them, the private parts had been removed. Some were swollen up and exploded because she had landed on them so hard from her jump through the fence. Some of them were still very fresh, while some were just bones and could not be recognized anymore. She instantly got sick and started vomiting because of the awful sight and how badly the place smelled. She felt like she was going to pass out after almost emptying her stomach from vomiting and crying from the injury she sustained from the barbed wire on the fence. The realization that she needed to leave this place and find safety gave her all the strength she needed, and she pulled herself together, got on her feet, and started to run without knowing where she was going. It was hard to move at first because of how slippery the dead bodies had made the place, but she was able to move at last. She ran blindly for hours, slipping and stumbling, but finally reached a small village at nightfall. After walking for minutes, she was now very exhausted. She met an old woman outside a small house whom she told she was having a fight with her husband and didn't want to sleep at home. The woman welcomed her, offered her food, and gave her clothes to change into. Kelly couldn't eat from the food because at this point, she just could not trust anyone, and she had lost her appetite because of the sight of those dead women. She managed to shower and put on the clothes the old woman had given her. Kelly stayed awake all night, terrified Harry's mare might come for her while she sleeps. At dawn, she quickly asked the old woman for directions to the airport and how she could get there. The old woman gave her directions and she thanked her and left. Kelly took a taxi to the airport, bought a new ticket, and flew back to the university hostel. As soon as she entered her room in the hostel, Sonia rushed to meet her, shocked by Kelly's pale, dirty, and injured appearance. She told Kelly she had tried calling since her trip to check if she had arrived safely. Kelly was too shaken to speak. After 2 days, Kelly found the strength to share everything. She narrated her ordeal to her friend Sonia. They called the police and told them everything. After some investigation was carried out by the officers, the case was closed because no traces of Harry was found. The account had been deleted and Kelly couldn't record the driver's route due to distractions during the phone call with Harry. The only evidence that Kelly had traveled was the tickets. Months later, Kelly began writing books, warning about the dangers of social media and meeting strangers online. She emphasized that you can never truly know someone from the internet or their real-life intentions. The end. Moral of the story: we meet people online every day and believe we know them, but appearances can be deceiving. Always be conscious. Before visiting someone, ask for their exact location, write it down, and share their photo and details with loved ones. This way, if anything happens, those close to you will know where to start from, who to start looking for, and how to go about it. Another lesson to learn from this story is kindness and respect. If Kelly had not been kind to the old man, she would not have lived to tell the story. Thanks for watching.